guys, John Madden, YouGoProBaseball.com, and I got a great question today. It's a Wog Doggy classic from Wog Doggy. What are some of the things you want from a catcher? I hate a catcher that doesn't give me a target until late, and I hate a catcher that can't sit still. What do you like or dislike about the different kinds of catchers? That's a great question, Wog Doggy. The main thing that I like out of my catchers is their ability to communicate. You know, I want a friend back there, someone I can relate to, someone who I can be on the same page as. Meaning, I want someone who I have a rapport with, that I get along with, but also knows what I want to throw. Meaning, it's almost like we don't have to put down signals. He knows exactly what I want to throw. If you get into a situation where you've got a catcher who doesn't really know you as a pitcher, it's tough, man. It's tough because you're like shaking off. You're throwing pitches without your full conviction. You know, it's just tough to get into a groove with a catcher like that. So the best catchers that I like always had great communication. I was very close to friends-wise, and just being on the same page, having that connection and that knowing of what each other wanted to accomplish. And that's just the best feeling that you can have when you got a catcher like that from a communication standpoint. Another thing physically that I liked about a catcher is someone that had a real low target, that was able to really get down there. You know, I've had a few big catchers that were like this, and they still had a low target. You know, they would hold it at the batter's knees, but they were just so big back there. And for some reason, personally, I hated that. I wanted a guy who can get real low and just gave me a good visual of staying low in the zone. You know, someone who could really get down there. Obviously, with runners on base, they're going to be a little bit higher, but when there's no runners on, I like someone who could really get down there and get into a good catching position and just give a good target, you know. Another one is not setting up too late. I wasn't too picky on this, but I like for them to, you know, give the sign, and then as I'm coming up with the pitch, then get set, but give me a good target. You know what I'm saying? So there's a little give and take there. I wouldn't say setting up too late is a big pet peeve of mine, but getting there early enough is all that I care about as far as setting up there. Obviously, I love a catcher who can not only catch well, but hit. If I'm pitching, I need some run support. I want my guy to be able to, you know, to get some RBIs, some base hits, maybe a guy that drops some bombs. Whatever it is, I need him to contribute on the offensive side as well as the defensive side. But I do love a guy who can block those balls, receive really well, knows my pitches, and can get me those questionable strikes, ones that look like balls, but just know my pitches so well that they can make them look like strikes. A guy who can receive well is so valuable, because the difference in getting one strike in a count, and an even count, can mean a huge difference in the batting averages that you face. So if you got a guy that can receive, that's beautiful. I love that. Getting me strikes that could have been balls else on another catcher. I love that. And a guy that can block in an 0-2 or 1-2 situation where I do not feel bad at all throwing a 55-footer in the dirt, and I know that he's going to block it up and get the guy out at first. That's what you have to. You have to have a guy that can block, have to have a guy that can receive, have to have a guy that can hit, stay low and set those targets, and have good communication. And the last thing is just talks the right way to each pitcher, meaning it comes back to communication. Like if the catcher knows that he's got a pitcher out there that needs, come on, you need to tighten up, you know, you need to do this, then that's the way he needs to talk to him. Me personally, I wasn't that way. I needed him to come out and be like, hey, all right, you're all right, man, you're all right, let's get him right here. You know what I'm saying? I responded more well to that. So it comes back to communication and knowing what that pitcher needs and being on that same page. And I like a guy to talk to me like that instead of being like condescending or telling me, let's go, you got to do this. I'm like, all right, man, what do you think? I'm not trying right now? You know what I'm saying? So it all comes back to communication, all right? So those are the couple of things that I like about in a catcher. Let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like in your catcher. Or if you're a catcher, what do you like about your pitchers, okay? But the main number one thing is communication. So let me know what you think. Subscribe and join the newsletter. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.
If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and then join the free newsletter at YouGoProBaseball.com.